Today we're talking about how to maximise your chance of getting a Section 10 for a drink driving case. What is a Section 10? A Section 10 is when you are guilty of drink driving, but the magistrate chooses not to disqualify you or to impose a criminal conviction upon you. So it's really the holy grail of results when you are going to plead guilty to a drink driving charge. Now, here are the 5 steps to maximise your chances. The first is to enroll in a traffic offender program and to complete that program. And what's a traffic offender program? It is a program that is run throughout New South Wales at various PCYCs and other locations. Normally runs 6 or 8 weeks and you attend 1 night per week. It really teaches you about the dangers of drink driving. It shows you footage and pictures of people who've been in collisions and the disastrous consequences of drink driving and so on and so forth. The good thing about the traffic offender program is once you complete it, at the end, the program convener will fax a letter to the court confirming that you've completed the program and showing the input that you gave throughout the program. Okay, so you might say, look, he completed the program satisfactorily, he understood the consequences of drink driving, and he might even say that he said he's unlikely to ever do this again, things like that. So whatever input you give during the program, that can be recorded and it can be sent to the court. So that's the first step. The second step is to obtain character references. 1 is good, 2 is better, 3 is best. So character references from people who are close to you. Normally the best ones are from colleagues or your superior at work, because your superior at work can talk about the consequences of a criminal conviction upon you and losing your license, the consequences of that. So you may not be able to travel from place to place during the workday and so on and so forth. So 1's good, 3's the best. A character reference guide is available on our website, so you can just go on there and print it out. And if you have a lawyer, your lawyer can assist you with that. That is, can review it, can make suggestions and so on and so forth. Obviously can't write it for you, but can really help you with that. Now the character reference can also show the magistrate that you've admitted this to people close to you, you've accepted responsibility, you're unlikely to do it again, and so on and so forth. You're remorseful, etc., etc. So up to 3. The third thing you can do is to draft a letter of apology. Now that letter of apology is addressed to Your Honour, and it talks about the fact that you now understand how dangerous your conduct was and that you fully appreciate the fact that you're lucky not to injure other road users or yourself or people who are in the car, so on and so forth. You should not make excuses for your actions, of course, or to really say anything that justifies what you've done. You've got to accept responsibility during that letter of apology, and you can, however, communicate to the magistrate that if you do get a criminal conviction or lose your license, that will have disastrous consequences on your career, on your family, on other things, your travel plans and so on and so forth. You can say that in the letter of apology. So that's the third step. The fourth is to enter a plea of guilty on the first court date. Now, if you do enter a plea of guilty on the first court date, you're entitled to what's called a maximum discount. Essentially what that means is you're treated more leniently than if you were not to enter a plea of guilty at the first available opportunity. So, say that you enroll into a traffic offender program before you come to court on the first court date. You can still have the matter adjourned until after you complete that program and come back to the court for sentencing 6 or 8 weeks down the track, and the court will then have the letter from the traffic offender program, we'll have your character references, we'll have your letter of apology, and in the letter of apology you can also talk about the program itself and perhaps which lecture had the most impact upon you. Because you'll normally see a person who lost a kid through a drink driving incident. You might see someone who suffered serious brain injury and so on and so forth. So that's the fourth step, is to enter that early plea of guilty. The final thing you should really consider is to get an experienced lawyer on your side, because the lawyer can present your matter in the best possible way before the magistrate. I mean, the lawyer may have done 1,000, 2,000 of these types of cases, a lot of these types of cases, really knows how to effectively present all the material and all the information to the magistrate to help increase your chances of getting a Section 10. So there are the 5 suggestions, and all the best. Good luck.